बोल हुए सर, आम का पट्टा मांगे। दे दिया। हाँ, लेकिन आम का पट्टा क्यों मांग के आता है? हाँ, हाँ, आम क्या आता है?
या कल होमवर्क बना लीजिएगा, ओके।
Shibu sir, you can check your presentation. Shibu sir, can you hear me? Shibu sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, kindly check the PPT.
Yes, ma'am. It's fine, ma'am.
It's fine. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Now it's a request to all the participants. There are some technical glitches today I'm facing. So kindly mute yourself so that this training can be taken place very nicely.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Symbol ma'am, you are the
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
okay.
Good
Sorry,
evening.
I think you're unmuted yourself. So we can start now. In the meantime, everybody will be joining.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. With your
Thank you, ma'am.
permission, I'm going to start on behalf of the Aryavarta Sahodaya School Complex. It's again an opportunity for each one of us to get learning can be taken place in this evening. And the day is Teach Day and very auspicious day too. And that day also we are able to, and I must bow my head to before all those candidates who are on fast today and ready to take training today. And that also topic, the most important topic nowadays, because without ICT, we cannot take a step ahead. The topic of the today is teaching learning pedagogies through ICT. Yes, everywhere, every now and then we have to ask the students also to make the PPTs and how to integrate ICT into curriculum so that it will be easy to understand by make the teaching learning can be very easier and very friendly and without joyful also, because new generation is very fond of to learn and use ICT very much. And Shibu sir itself, one of the renowned principal, very good trainer, who is excellent in ICT field. So who can give other than him to the knowledge of how to use ICT in in making the teaching learning more interesting pedagogies. So on behalf of the entire Aryavarta Sahodaya School Complex, though due to some reason training coordinator is not there, of course, a deputy training coordinator, Symbol ma'am is present, and on behalf of my guru and all the chairman, founder chairman of Dr. C.P. Singh, extend his warm wishes to Shibu sir also to serve forward to Shibu sir. Once again, it's a request to each one that due to some technical glitches are there, and everyone can able to unmute yourself. Please kindly till end of till the signal you will get from Shibu sir. Please mute yourself. It's an earnest request to each one of you. One more request to each one of you before starting the session. That is, please don't leave in between. We made last 20 minutes, we may not allow anybody to enter into the room. So please ensure that your network should be very proper so that you can listen it nicely. And we are going to learn very good topic, very pedagogies from none other than great principal as well as trainer, Shibu sir. Thank you. Over to the Shibu sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your compliment. It is very pleasant when we hear an appreciation from our own mother. So we feel so proud for every child to get an appreciation from the parent. Thank you very much, ma'am. And thank you very much for the Aryavarta Sahodaya to give me an opportunity to share the views on ICT, especially in 21st century. So as introduction, I'd like to convey, just let us go back to an age where the present technology has not been used. Let us go back to the olden era where Gurukula system was implemented. So when we look into, let us see the traditional method or old era, or we can say old or golden era of education, where Gurukula system was implemented and children were sitting under the tree and they were learning. First, let us have an analysis of those era, those age, Then let us come back to this present stage. So when we talk about interesting teaching learning pedagogies through ICT, of course, we are well aware about information and communication technology. So information communication technology in 21st century, information communication technology in those age where Gurukula system was taking place, both were quite different. The perspective, the view, everything was quite different. We cannot say on those ages there was no ICT. They were also having ICT, but the pattern or the new technology pattern, it was not implemented at that time. They were having, we are having more visualized forms. Suppose when we talk about the fastest communication technology or fastest visualization technology, or for example, what happens in America, easily we can take a clip and we can show in the class tomorrow. Or the smart boards, the other technology what we have in the classroom, online itself we can show all the possibilities. At the same is live we can show. Okay, so the communication technology or the information technology is quite fast as than before. But those days also, there were some kind of pedagogies or a kind of technologies they have used to have a communication with the children. As I say, a change. When ICT comes, I cannot go without my own view of saying teaching from T to T. Teaching or transformation of teaching. Transformation of teaching has taken place from T to T. What is T? T means under the tree. Olden era, the teaching had taken place under the tree. Now, the teaching is taking place under the technology. So, a transformation or a change from under T to T, that's what we experience. That's what we see. And many of us, those who are listening to me, all of us, all teachers, we are between. We are not of that T or we are not of the present T. We are in between. So, we were having a proper schooling. We were not in a Gurukula or we were not under the tree. But those base, a Gurukula system or learning under the tree or learning through visualization. For example, if suppose Guru wants to teach something about how the cultivation is taking place, how the cultivation has taken place. So Guru used to take the children to the field and used to teach a practical teaching. They used to take to the field and teach how the cultivation they observe in their day. Or more than that, they used to be the part of it. See the learning. So when we think about interesting teaching learning pedagogies, first point, interesting teaching learning pedagogies, we need to have an analyzation of those days and now. So therefore I say, those days, the children used to go to field, not only watching, they used to work in the field. Maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, they used to work. And they understand how to cultivate, how to sow, what is the process, how the soil should be. Now, I'm not saying a demerit, but at present, everything is demonstrated through the technology. They are not going to the field, or they are not getting the sunshine. They are not feeling the soil. Even though there is a demerit, but the merit part is that they are able to understand all concepts, ideas, and all other aspects. Even though there's a limitation, they understand the broad aspects of it. Broad aspects of it. Because, in the classroom, everything is demonstrated. Even the children, they used to have a lot of problem for labs. Maybe chemistry lab, different labs. So now it is quite easy. We have LED panels, test the LED panels, calculate the quantity of chemicals, where itself we can mix it and we can use it. So the technology, the development of technology has gone to such a level where which we cannot imagine. As same as suppose you see my screen, see information or communication technology. So it's quite fast, quite fast. For example, about information, when we analyze the word information, previously, maybe 10 years back or 15 years back or 5 years back, when a research work has been done by somebody, so we need to go to library, do the research, write down, keep writing, maybe in typewriter, maybe in computer, collecting the information. Or for example, a teacher is facing problem of content knowledge. A doubt has been asked by the child what it is, and the teacher is feeling difficulty to understand or explain the definition of it. So what we do, we used to go to library, and it takes time. We come out of the school, go to the library, find it out, come back. It's a process. But now collection of information, collecting information, it is not a tough task at all. In fingertips, because maybe of mobile. So mobile is used as the smallest form of any forms. For example, those days, previously, what are the things people used to carry? I'm thinking about a small example or definition of technology, development of technology. There was an era when people used to carry torch in the hand and walk. There was an era when people used to carry camera and walk. There was a time when people used to carry videographer, device of videos used to carry. There was a time when people write letters. There was a time people used to use different articles for different purpose. But now, when we look into, everything is under the hand. No need of torch, not to write a letter, not to carry videography device, not to carry camera, not to carry any kind of things. Everything is in one hand. So that's the era we are living in. So there comes the importance. There comes the importance when everything is under the fist, in the fist. We can say in the fist itself. When everything is available in the hand, it is not only for us. Don't think it is accessible only for children. I mean, it is accessible only for teachers or elders. No. More than us, the children are using this technology. Means, if we take a survey, the people, those who are using devices for accession of information, communication, or different forms of usage, if in and out average, age between 8 or 10, age between 8 or 10 to 21-year-old people, they are using maximum, facilities of information communication technology than the people those who are of about 30. 21 to 28, 30, they are average users. They are average users according to a survey. Highest users, even though these school teachers, parents, they prohibit these children under or above 8 to 21-year children, they are school children, maybe of graduation. Those who are 18 to 21, they are of graduation, else they are of school children. We prevent them not to use mobile phones, but they are the highest mobile phone users at present. Age between 8 or 10 to 21. And above 30, we become low used people because we are busy with different things. It is not that we can use 2 to 3 hours mobile phone a day, unless it is on an official thing, right? So children, tackling the children, therefore the importance of interesting learning areas to ICT, it comes the importance that we are dealing a group of children who is using ICT more than us. That's a challenge. We cannot make the children fool. Why? Because they can also check what information has been given, whether the data given by teachers are correct or not. So convincing and conveying and interpreting or explaining a content in front of those children, those who are well versed in ICT, those who are having all knowledge in their fingertips. It's a challenging part of every teacher. Challenging part of every teacher. Therefore, using varied or different pedagogies like maybe collaborative learning, maybe storytelling, it can be integrating art and music to interact and teach the students and not merely stick into traditional process of teaching. Even though we have lot of technologies, we see still we can see a couple of or a good amount of teachers those are having traditional teaching. What is traditional teaching? Depended upon textbook alone. Depending upon textbook is not a problem. Please do understand. Depending upon textbook is not a problem. But depending upon textbook alone is a problem. Because textbook alone cannot satisfy the need of the children. A group who is thinking about JEE, NEET, civil service to become CA or qualifying the examination of NDA, even at the age of 10, 11, 12, in 6th class onwards. From 6th class onwards, they are not just dependent upon NCERT textbook. There are children, those who are well aware about R.D. Sharma, Agarwal textbooks or Pearson's, well aware about it. And they are solving the problem. We may teach 6th class, NCERT problems. Children may be solving 8th class R.D. Sharma problems. So there we cannot depend upon the traditional process of teaching. They are well advanced than us. When we were studying in 6th class and we were not able to solve the problems of 3rd and 4th class maybe perfectly. Many of us. And there can be exceptional, but many of us may not be. But now just opposite. When we are teaching 6th class syllabus, many of the children may be solving the problems of 8th class, 9th class. So this we have to understand. Creating an element of curiosity and encouraging students to ask questions and search for the answers collaborating. Here I like to tell you, just an input to everybody. If anybody is interested to know, I like to repeat, if anybody is interested to know how to solve the curiosity and encourage the students of questions and searching the answers collaboratively, please do attend a CBSE workshop on theory of knowledge, which speaks about epistemology, Epistemology says, that's called theory of knowledge. It says, how can we promote the students to ask questions and find out something new and the latest and solve their curiosity? Because curiosity is the key to knowledge. Suppose I do not have curiosity, I will not have better knowledge. So this is a part of things. Therefore, I said I do repeat the word. The word is epistemology. Please do refer what is epistemology it gives. And CBSE also gives a training on pedagogy, theory of knowledge. CBSE gives a one-day training, theory of knowledge. There are 5 different pedagogical approaches. Constructive approach. Second, collaborative approach. The reflective approach. The integrative approach. And finally, the inquiry-based approach. IB approach. So, this constructive approach or collaboration, reflective, integrative or inquiry-based, these are some kind of newly applicable techniques for interesting. See, a teacher who is standing in the class and explain the content to the children, it is a monotonous one. Now the classes are of not book centered. It is of activity oriented, activity centered or activity oriented. Every chapter should have different activities. It can be group discussion. It can be a kind of skate. It can be a doubt clarification. It can be different things. It matters. See here, the pedagogies that just as said about. So innovative pedagogy. See, for example, let's take a small example. Everybody watches, a TV, YouTube, everybody watches. Just go back to any one of the advertisement which shows in the TV or OTT or in the YouTube. Any advertisement. Have you ever seen the same advertisement has been repeated? We will understand. No, the same advertisement has not been repeated. And see the content of it. In order to explain, it's very important, teachers, we need to think about it. In order to explain one content, how much minutes we take? For example, let us take a point of, light in physics. When we are explaining light, keep on explaining theory after theory, is that, this, and it goes 1 period, 2 periods, 3 periods, maybe 4, 5 periods. Look at, the advertisement. They convince, every audience that the product that what they are showing is the most important thing in the world, and that is the best thing, you should purchase it. They make us understand what is the importance of the thing. That make us to understand what is the cost of it. They make us to understand that you should purchase it. Their success. Within how many seconds? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 seconds at most. At most 30 seconds. Whereas, even after getting 35 to 40 minutes, we are not able to convince our children what's the importance of learning, what's the importance of understanding this topic, what's the importance of attending the classes. Lacking, we are not having innovative pedagogy. We are not having innovative pedagogy. That's lacking in us. Because 8th A, I am teaching social science, same methodology. 8th, same methodology. 8th C, I have taught, same methodology I have used. Same pedagogy. There's no change. Even though children are having differentiation themselves. So we need to look into and adopt technology. Adopt technology. Even AI, artificial intelligence, can contribute in your teaching learning process. So innovative pedagogy is a powerful tool for improving learning outcomes in the school. And there is no another substitution for it. There is no any other substitution for it. By utilizing creating teaching strategies such as project-based learning or problem-solving approaches and uses of technology. These three things you see, teachers can provide students with an engaging environment to learn new materials. Students are, they are confused. What to learn, what not to learn. Information has been passed or not properly. And when we give some kind of project, there are three types of classrooms we will see. One type of classroom, all works are done by teachers. All works are done by teachers. Suppose we need to update the notice board, teachers prepare. Suppose we need to update any other program, teachers do it. Suppose we need to give a report about the class to the principal, teachers do it. Means everything is done by the teachers. Another type of class, teachers, children, they collaboratively they do it. Another type of classroom we can say, everything is done by children, teachers guide them. So I would prefer the last class. Everything should be done by the teacher, children. For example, you have taught a chapter. Now, half-yearly exam is going to be held, right? Half-year exam is going to be held in the month of September. Many of the teachers might have completed the chapters. We are giving the revision, preparing for the, preparing children for examination. One of the techniques that we can use in the classroom, revision time at least, ask the children to teach. Ask the children to teach a particular chapter. Let them revise it. Let them revise the topic. Let them present. Make, for example, you have 5 chapters for a half-yearly examination. Divide the entire class into 40 children. You divide into five groups. 8 each. 8 children. They can take 8 topics of that particular chapter, and they can discuss in the group. And then one by one they can present in the class. First chapter, first 8. Second chapter, second 8. Third chapter, third 8. So when they present themselves and teach, and when they are able to ask questions each other and they can solve the other children's questions, I think that would be the best effective one among the methodologies that we can see. So involvement of the children, that is very important, because teacher-centered classroom, that will never be success. See here, another 5 pedagogies that we can say. JPA, joint productive activity. Second, LD, language and literacy development. MM, meaning and making. CT, complex thinking. IC, instructional conversation. So these are the 5 other pedagogies that we can implement in the classroom. What is joint productive activity? Teacher, children, jointly, how far we are doing the activities. Only teaching activities going on, or a learning activities also taking place. Only teacher is doing, or children also are involved in the activities. Language and literacy development. There are some children, they want to ask questions. They want to express themselves. They want to expose themselves. But due to the lack of language, they are unable to express themselves. There are schools maybe in English, even in Hindi, children feel hesitation to ask questions. Because if I would ask any question, what will others think? That's a thought they have. So, that has to change. And meaning making. There's a important task of a teacher. For example, what is meaning making? A simple concept I can say. When a child asks any question, what is my first reaction? I accept and appreciate the question, or I insult or demotivate the question that they have asked. What is the approach that I have? If suppose I am making meaning out of it. For example, a child asked any question, motivate them first. Let us put our hands together for that child who asked the questions. Tomorrow there will be 5 children to ask questions to you. Sir, please tell, appreciate. Suppose we are not making meaning out of it, they will have an inferiority complex. Children will have inferiority complex, and so-called better children in the class only will be better, and other children will be out of place. And complex thinking, that is also part of meaning making. What is complex thinking? As I said, inferiority complex can be, superiority complex can be. You just look into, suppose there are principals, those who are listening to me, or the teachers, those who are listening to me, you can evaluate when a meeting is held or headed by the head of the institute. When principal conducts a meeting, I am sure about all head of the institutes must be asking about the evaluation of the institute. Maybe weekly evaluation, monthly evaluation, once in 2 weeks, there must be evaluation. When such kind of opportunity we get, how many of us ask questions? How many of us ask questions? Maybe 50, 100 teachers we are. After 50 teachers, not even 1 or 2 teachers ask questions. Why? We have complex thinking. What's a complex thinking? If I would ask question, what will others think? How will others take? That is what, that's called complex thinking. A graduate in B.Ed, a master's and having B.Ed degree is thinking about such kind of complex thinking. What about a child who is under 18-year-old? What about a child under 12-year-old? Don't you think they will have a complex thinking? Unless we motivate, do you think they will, come forward? No. So that's also a part of pedagogy. Now, instructional conversation. That's called IC, instructional conversation. When we give an instructional conversation, how far we are effective in order to be instructional. See, sometimes we give instruction, but we don't explain what is the point out of it, why it should be. So the children should not be in a dilemma why it is followed or why it is instructed. So when we are having such kind of things, we easily understand what's important, right? So there are 8 best methods every educator should know. Okay, for the ICT, for the information and communication technology in, very important, 21st century, which is known as, now previously we used to say, it is a post-modern age. I repeat, post-modern age. Now we are not using post-modern age. Name has been outdated. Now it is known as techno-savvy society. It is known as techno-savvy society, where teacher-centered learning does not take place. Where teacher-centered classroom will not take place. Whereas project-based learning, social emotional learning, flipped classroom learning will have the highest degree of teaching methodology. And collaborative learning strategies also included in it. When we look into other 3, inquiry-based learning, problem-based learning, and personalized learning, that is also part of ICT, but at the same time, this is, we can say an activity-based, we can say about it. This 8 best teaching method, maybe if suppose we are using teacher-centered method, convert into student-centered learning, and project-based, all these other 7 approaches, it should be taken place in the classroom. Now let us see, what is ICT in reality? What are the things involved in it? Okay, for example, we can connect with different things of information and communication technology, not only in the classroom, but also in the, daily life. In daily life, like vehicle tracking can be, routing, delivering scheduling, radio frequency, barcoding, inventory management, address system, freight auditing, supplier management, EDI. See, these are many things. In and out average, some things are very effective in our life. Let us see about, delivery scheduling. For example, we are maybe husband and wife both are working, or as a family, we went outside for a kind of trip. We went for a kind of visit and came back. We are unable to cook food. What will happen? We just call the nearby shop or order at Zomato, different sites are available. Order the food and it comes. It's called, ICT. We go to ATM or we do a Google payment or we do a payphone or Paytm. It's a part of ICT. Means everything is fast. The result of ICT, it is everything is fast. Now, when everything is fast, we are slow in the class. That's a contradiction that the children are facing in the class. Now you see, children are fast, our society is fast, technology is fast and faster and fastest. Still we teachers are in 2G or 3G itself. when India is in 5G, all world is in 7 and 8G or more than 5G, we teachers are in 2G or 3G. So this kind of communication or technology, it will not help anyone to have a better teaching learning process in the class. It's a fact. So ICT based pedagogy, when we are look into this, involves integration of digital tools, devices and platform to enhance the educational experience. From interactive lessons and online collaboration, ICT has become a cornerstone in modern education, offering new possibilities for educators and learners alike. All possibilities given to us. Everything is for children. Very easy. For example, there are schools, even classes are not running. Suddenly they schedule the classes, online classes. That we are sending the content through online. We are connecting everything through, technology. Means it is a lot of favor that do for all of us. Now the question arises, as a teacher, as a head of a class, how far I am connected with the technology in order to instill and motivate my class children. That's a question mark towards us. So ICT based teaching learning approaches in schools after to the integration of information, communication and technology tools and facilitates to support the teaching and learning process in the classroom. Everything. As I said, now when I was talking with a few parents and CBSE provides one of the topics, educating parents. Now, one of the interesting topics that CBSE started, educating parents. There's a lot of things which we discuss about. So when we are thinking about, we think about different social families, institutions like family, joint family, family, we can say, and nuclear family, we can say. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. Do you know what are changes? From joint family became a small family. Now it's a nuclear family. What is nuclear family? Father, mother, child. Not even two children. Finished. We are one and for us one. We are one and for us one. And all of us are one. Okay, three children. I mean, three of us. Husband, wife, child. It has become a nuclear family. Now the challenge for the nuclear family is something else also. We are staying in apartments. We are staying in apartments. Now, how many apartments are having game area or park area? Hardly few. Maybe in metropolitan cities, high costly apartments are having a park area or a walking area and they charge for it. The space matters. And if not, okay, that is accessed by, maybe 1 or 2%. Where my family is a nuclear family and where I am staying in apartments, what kind of communication the children are having with my parents or their cousins or their neighbors? No. And you know what we do? See, it's a part of life. We need to think about it. We need to think about it in this, classroom and facilitate when we facilitate the child. For one house, I'm telling the facts I'm telling about. For one house, there are 3 keys. And we are seeing the families. For one house, how many keys? 3 keys. One husband keeps, one wife keeps, one child keeps. And her wife, mother and father says to the children, when you reach into the home, close the door, sit inside, don't open the door unless we call you in our phone and say that we have reached. Means a child is having a life. We cannot say a life. And I do not know how to, explain about it, interpret about it. I can't. So this is a situation that we are studying. We say all kinds of technology, everything. So the challenge for the school, challenge for the teachers, therefore I said an example about the lifestyle of today's children. Okay, lifestyle of today's children, therefore I'm saying, okay, it has got a lot of advantages. Technology provides us a lot of things. Okay, we have to move with the technology. But one example I like to tell about the technology. When you don't have one pie, for example, you have to purchase a 1 kilo mango, for example, 1 kilo mango, it may cost of 100 rupees. And when you are purchasing online, you suppose even one pie is less, they will not give you the delivery. But a shop from where you purchase, even you don't have 100 rupees, you can go and purchase and come back and you can tell the shopkeeper, I will give you tomorrow. Even that tomorrow, it will be day after tomorrow also, shopkeeper will not tell you anything. Okay, it's a lifestyle where we are staying. And the communication, ICT, the technology what we have, it's a long distance communication. For example, therefore I said, see, I am saying the merits and demerits of it, but take the merits of it and implement ICT in the classroom. When I was saying ICT of olden times, information communication technology of that era, where children were going to field and they were experiencing the soil, experiencing the sunshine, experiencing wind, experiencing everything, and they were learning. And today the children, they do not know what is smell, what is sunlight, what is the flow of water, how the soil is prepared. It's a demerit. But the technology says whatever possibility that you have around you to make use of. Now, is it possible that a school can cultivate such atmosphere even now? Through ICT, I can say yes, it is possible. I'd like to give a challenging task to the schools. If I am wrong, please excuse me. If I am wrong, please excuse me. What's a challenging task for every school? For example, you're asking about a school. What is the strength of the school? For example, a school is saying, we have 3 acres of land. When we have 3 acres of land, CBSE gives 96 sections permission. 3 acres of land, 96 sections we can run. Approx 6, 7, 8 sections we can run. Right? That's a kind of common policy what CBSE makes. Right? By looking into metropolitan cities and other cities. Now, I proudly say, now the recent built schools, very recent built schools, you know what they are doing? They have 4 to 5 acres of land and they are accommodating hardly 1,000 children. What they are doing? Hardly 1,000 children. Why they are accommodating? They have enough land, 4 to 5 acres of land. Why they are accommodating only 1,000 children? Because the limitation what the children have at their home, that should be sorted out in the campus. Fee matters that I'm not going to discuss. But all technologies, whatever a child needs in their life, maybe farming, maybe, kind of cultivation, everything. Fishing, swimming, everything they make them to do in the classroom itself. A version of latest ICT, we can say. A version of latest, complex of olden era and the latest era. Complex of olden era and latest era. there the output is very high. Output is very high. Very high. Okay. So these things we need to understand. Right, teachers? So ICT is like audio, video, computers, CDs or DVDs, all the things, or now maybe the pen drives. It is very expert things which we can use in the classroom. ICT supported teaching learning strategies. We can say what are things we go through. What are the students are maybe on smartphones or the other devices for the learning purpose, or flip the classroom model where students watch lectures at home. Like we can say, kind of online classes. Such things are very active nowadays. For UNESCO says 4 kinds of integration ICT. What are the 4 integrations? 1, emerging approach. 2nd, applying approach. The integrating approach and transforming approach. So when we look into transformation or emerging, a child who does not know anything, child is coming to the class, child having a curiosity, what will take place in the class, emerging. We are applying the content. What the curiosity, what the child is searching for, I am integrating with my knowledge and transforming the child into a new life. So when my class finish or when the school gets over, the child should have a cute smile in the face by saying, my day was very good. My day was very good. I could enjoy the class. My teachers never wasted my time. That should be there. So, and at the same time, when we look into our classroom teaching, how many of us are expert in PowerPoint and games? We may make our PowerPoint. There are not many techniques of preparing PowerPoint. How many of us are expert or internet homeworks, assignments, online grading system, classroom tablets, lists and keeping students engaged, helps students to different learning style, preparing students with life skills. These are the things is integrated technology in the classroom. A classroom will become effective by integrating these technologies. Otherwise, classroom will not be an effective thing for any child. They will feel a kind of monotonous. Main tools of ICT, we can say, it can be computer, desktop, laptop, data projector, software, printer, scanner, interactive teaching boxes, or we can say the smart board, LED panels of different company provided softwares, which includes this. These things can be a kind of main ICT things. Suppose we are not using ICTs in the classroom, children will have monotonous because they are habituated to have fast moving advertisements and fast moving reels, where we are forcing children to sit 35 to 40 minutes. So they want the content in video. So every class, a teacher should show minimum 3 to 4 minutes video, which concludes the content, which is a summary of the content. So if not, suppose if we are not using the ICT integrated pedagogy, the classes will never be effective in any circumstances. Suppose we are going with a traditional method, they will never be satisfied at all. So pedagogical ICT competency says that the person who is going to the class should be competent enough than the child. Now let us evaluate ourselves. How many of us are computer friendly? How many of us are computer friendly? Are we good in typing? Are we good in technical knowledge? Are we good in? If not, we have to be. We have to be, because we should have that much competency to compete the child. So suppose we talk about ICT pedagogy, maybe electronic presentation, video presentation, web-based learning environment, web quest activity, electronic web sheet and simulation. These things are very fastest and necessity of today's classroom teaching. Necessity of today's classroom teaching. So when we approach in the class, learning approach, in the classroom. See, every school, some of the schools when we look into, they have a smart classroom, one classroom, two classrooms. No. Dear teachers, kindly go back to the school and insist management to have every classroom with a smart board or LED panels gradually. Target this month, 2 panels. Next month, 2 panels. There will be a time after 12 months, not less than 25 panels or maybe 48 panels. Insist. So when we have started the school, in my school, all 48 classrooms are of, smart boards. Now the LED panels have come. So what I am planning, I am gradually removing the smart boards and putting LEDs because lot of configurations, new technology has been inbuilt. So, we have to move according to the technology. We have to move according to the need of the time. So principles of ICT teaching and learning processes, that multimedia principles, maybe congruency principle, different attitudes, it should be put into the classroom. It should be put into the classroom. And in the classroom, maybe pictography, lithography, phonography, and prography. These are the defined things that makes ICT very good. The classrooms will be very good and we can make the classroom interesting. So one thing is called TPAC frame. What is a TPAC frame? That's technology, pedagogy, and content knowledge model. It's called TPAC model. So this we have to make sure that it happens in the classroom. Technology, pedagogy, content knowledge. If we have content knowledge alone, we will not be successful. You know what happened? Every teacher has got content knowledge. Every teacher has got content knowledge. There may be exceptionally hardly a few people without content knowledge. But 95% of the teachers that we fail at technology and pedagogy. You look at a child who is of 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, give a mobile phone to a child will be playing with the mobile phone. Put a pattern and show to the child will be opening the pattern. Number system they will open. Hardly 3-year-old child. They are adjusted with this technology, right? But we are, sad part of it, we are not. So it is a thing. See, technology knowledge, TPAC is shown. You can see what is, merging point of technological pedagogy content knowledge. It is a culmination of everything. Technological knowledge, it is, content knowledge, pedagogical, and it's a mixture of everything comes. There's a technological, pedagogical content. And what are 4 pillars of ICT? Infrastructure, services, education, management. So I would like to say this put into a strong point of this. Okay. When we think about 4 pillars of ICT, dear teachers, it is very important to have infrastructure. It's very important to have infrastructure. Infrastructure does not mean having an infrastructure of fully, concrete building. No. Infrastructure includes all facilities which are necessary for ICT and proper service to the children. For example, I am having smart board in the class, but I am not using smart board in the class. What is the use of giving service? I have infrastructure, I have smart board, I am giving service, but from heart, I am not giving a proper education. No use of ICT. And the person who manages, it can be a class teacher, it can be a principal, it can be representative of school management committee, anyone who will be managing in the respective sphere of area, they should be, cooperative. These things are, very important for every ICT classrooms. So in ICT strategies, plan for technology literacy, activity software literacy, different kinds of planning, evaluation, stimulation, experiences, all those things are very, very important in the matter of ICT. Else, the classroom teaching is going to be very boring. And you know what will happen? As we see in Bihar, 95% of the children are either of, not attending the classes or online classes, non-attending students, those things. Why do you know? Because maybe somewhere the regular classes are not up to the mark, not up to the mark. When we look into an evaluation of other, modern institutions, they provide according to the taste of children, according to the need of the time, according to their, according to their all comfortability, whereas we are not. So, as we are going to conclude this session, I like to tell an approach to integrating ICT in teaching learning process. Dear teachers, it is necessary that we should have, traditional teaching, but at the same time, we have to have the latest version. Therefore, I said it no matter what is the strength of the school, it matters the number of children are able to access all facilities, infrastructure as per the need of the time. As I said, it is a techno-savvy society. In this techno-savvy society, if they are not able to build up their need, and suppose we have only traditional approach, our classroom teaching is going to fail. So, dear teachers, adopt the latest version, implement what is needed. Always have a curiosity what children are in need of. Always be attracted towards something which can make me professionally high, and be a role model to the children to saying that I have better knowledge in technology than anybody in the class. That's called a challenging things that anybody can put forward to the children when we think into the ICT in the daily life or the teaching, learning process and pedagogy for the ICT. So, dear teachers, by saying one more thing, I like to conclude today's session that be a teacher who is with the technology. Be a teacher who is having better innovation and pedagogy in the class. Be a teacher who can be the best role model for the next generation to learn, assimilate, and implement a creative thinking model of classroom teaching. With this, I'd like to conclude today's session by giving thanks to Aryavarta Sahodaya, founder CV Singh sir, our Minda and President Radhika ma'am, and training coordinator Himanshu sir, and Simple ma'am, and secretary Alphonse, and everybody, and all teachers and principal, those who have been listening to me. Thank you very much.
Anybody has got any questions and queries, you can write it in the chat box so that Shibu sir can pick up it and solve your issues. Solve your questions or the queries too. We'll wait for 1-2 minutes because it's already quest link already been posted, attendance link also posted. Kindly pick up it. It's 15 minutes only, till 6:15. It will be alive, so please do it. If you have got any queries, Shibu sir is ready to answer it.
Thank you, ma'am.
And it was really Shibu sir. In the meantime, I can get the all today, as it is a teach, Symbol ma'am also left. So, but it was really a wonderful session. And really speaking you can say that everybody might have understood very well that how the ICT can be incorporated in the teaching learning pedagogy, and how to make that ICT can make the classes interesting. It's truly said that if your monotonous way of learning, no one like, and especially after the COVID, these kids do not have that patience to listen the same thing, and they are well versed in the computer world. They like to introduce that, only use with through that. If we teach, I'm sure it will give the more mileage too. If any queries, I think I have not find any. That means you taught very well. There is no. So question is that unable to fill the link. Maybe sir, it's maybe your network issues because it's opening. Sir, it's opening, sir. Whoever has got the issues, that's all because of the network issues only. As ICT, sir taught might be the network is also required to teach the ICT very nicely. So to fill the attendance link also, network is required. Kindly check your network. And I hope it is working. It's already I checked once. So once again, I checked. It's okay. I thank to Arivata Sahodaya Complex, all the executive members, especially the training coordinator, who pick up such new topic, which is always make us too relevant because it's very relevant to the teaching learning process. And he approached such great trainers. That's the another most important thing. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the participants. Thank you, Shibu sir. I think no other question is getting from I have not seen any question. Wonderful session, only compliment seen. Sir, there is no question. So you can leave,
Thank you,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.